Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ulrike and I am still a key beauty and skincare content creator and just general skincare enthusiast. It is a new year and thus I have a few new Korean beauty products in my stash that are still relatively new, but I feel I can already do a bit of a mini review and just introduce you to them because I feel these are some really special products that I personally have been pretty obsessed with. We've got some makeup, we've got some skincare, we've got a very interesting makeup tool, and yeah, let's just get into it. The first product that I want to introduce to you is actually a product I haven't been using for a long time as of yet, but I'm already obsessed. And so I really wanted to include this toner in this video, also because I feel this might be about to be quote unquote discovered by Western influencers. At the moment, I think it's still a bit of a secret, insider secret outside of Korea. I see this brand trending a lot on All of Young. That's why I ordered this. And also I am trying out their cleanser and their serum at the moment. This is the Nature Aqua Oasis toner. And it comes in a pretty big bottle that I got for a pretty good price. Always looking for those bargains. Nature is a clean beauty brand. They are pretty classically clean beauty. They use that really problematic EWG rating for the quote-unquote cleanness of their ingredients. It's a little bit troubling, but then clean beauty just is the biggest trend at the moment worldwide, and you will find many indie brands kind of just hopping on that trend to attract new customers because everyone is looking for clean beauty at the moment. So I've said this before, my stance is always, if it's still good products, I'm not going to exclude a brand just because they use clean beauty rhetoric unless it's super aggressive. The thing with Nature is, and they kind of remind me a bit of The Lab, if you know that brand, that Korean brand, The Lab by Blanc Douce. They still use very straightforward, no-nonsense, science-backed ingredients. So I feel they're not greenwashing too much. The products themselves truly are excellent, and they don't contain any nonsensical, weird preservatives that don't work or anything. So the products are solid. And so I forgive them the clean beauty angle, I guess. So the reason why I really like the Nature toner, why I'm already pretty obsessed with it, is because it combines both a little bit of very gentle exfoliation with super effective hydration. And so I feel this is a great toner for younger skin, but also just for combo skin, for very dehydrated skin, for people with dull skin. It just offers a really great combination of ingredients, effective ingredients that can work for a number of skin issues. This contains PHA, gluconolactone, so a very gentle exfoliating acid, probably in a very low concentration, I would say. It's not like you notice any tingling or anything. It's just very, very, very subtle and gentle. Plus papaya enzyme, so that's the exfoliation side. And then it also contains tons of hydrating ingredients. 8 types of hyaluronic acid, mostly low molecular, so it can penetrate deeply into skin. And also Aquazil. And Aquazil is a patented trio of sugar molecules, and sugar, of course, is a humectant as well, so water grabbing and hydrating sugar molecules, basically. Then it also contains panthenol, which is just great for soothing and calming and for skin barrier health. And the toner is also alcohol and fragrance free. So it's great for sensitive skin And I really think especially good for combo skin. I think it can also work for dry skin because I find it super, super hydrating. Even though it isn't even that thick, it's still quite liquid. Though you do notice the viscosity and the silkiness once you apply it on the skin. Here's the reason why I think it's so great for people who might also have a little bit of an oiliness issue, even though they do need a lot of hydration. When you apply it, unlike so many of the hyaluronic acid toners that always leave that glass skin shine, which a lot of people love, and I like it too, but sometimes you don't want to look like a greased donut, you know? Maybe you have problems with oiliness and then you don't want to add to that. This toner, when I apply this, it almost leaves the skin maybe not super mattified, but it doesn't add shine. It just kind of evens out and smooths the skin without leaving, again, that glazed donut glass skin look. And I actually find that quite convenient, especially for everyday use. And it works well under makeup because it doesn't have that tacky film also that sometimes very hydrating toners can leave. Really, really impressed with this. I've been using it pretty much every day since I received it, and I think this is a secret winner, a secret potential sequel new viral toner. We'll see if I'm right. For now, I don't think many people are talking about this, but I really think it's one of the best toners I've tried lately, apart from the Dr. G toner that I introduced in another video. Those two at the moment, absolutely my favorite hydrating toners from Korea. The next product that is relatively new in my stash is actually one that a couple of you have been asking me about for a while now. So I kind of felt compelled to try it. I had seen it around, but I'd never been so intrigued by it that I wanted to try it. But then Olive Young had a 1+1 super value pack that was trending on the site, and I thought, you know what, for like $20-something for two 30 milliliter serums, I might as well try it. Then I can finally answer those people that keep asking me about it, what I think about it. And it is something that is this is a very popular serum in Korea, and it's the 9 Wishes Hydra Perfect Ampoule Serum 2. I don't know why the 2, if there are 2 versions or if this is a renewed versions. I couldn't quite found out, but this is the one I believe that is usually trending on the Olive Young website and has been trending and has been popular for, I want to say, a couple of years now. 9 Wishes, really popular brand, partly probably also because it's quite affordable. And to be honest, when I read the ingredients, I certainly thought this would become one of my absolute favorites because it has so many fantastic ingredients. Super packed full with humectants. It's got coconut water, glycerin, I wrote it all down, coconut water, hyaluronic acid, glycerin, sea kelp extract, aloe vera. Those are all hydrating ingredients. It also contains fermented extracts, probiotics, so that's good for skin barrier health and skin microbiome health. It contains baobab oil, which is supposedly good for skin firming. It's also moisturizing. It contains licorice root extract, which is fantastic for brightening. So this should be an all-round really good, and I guess almost anti-aging serum with a lot of benefits. It's also got a couple of antioxidants. Well-rounded formula for sure. So I certainly went in with the expectation that I would find another super favorite of mine. I don't dislike it, but I think maybe I expected more. Maybe this is the same problem I had with the Torridon Dive-In Serum, that I kind of expect something quite magical when something is very, very hyped and very, very popular, especially if it's been popular for such a long time, that so many Koreans choose this as their number 1 serum or number 2 serum or whatever, top 5. I just think it's a little bit bland almost, despite the jam-packed ingredient list. I suspect that maybe the concentration is just really low, potentially, of the ingredients, because I don't feel I'm getting much from the fermented extracts. I don't really think I see any specific glow or brightening from the licorice root extract. It is hydrating, and I have to say, as a plus, it does seem to soften my skin really nicely, so I like that a lot. But I think it's a very basic hydrating serum. So it doesn't quite capture my attention the way that I had hoped. It's not a flop for me or anything. I will happily use this up, and the other one I have too, because again, I got the 1+1. Always look for the value packs. I keep telling you guys, the Olive Young value packs are where it's at. But you can even see on the box here, well, you might not be able to read it because I don't know how to autofocus properly, but it gives like all these promises what it can do. It improves hydration by almost 200%, and I know not what else. And I just think it overpromises and cannot quite deliver on the hype. Again, I think very reminiscent for me of the Torrid and Dive-In serum, which I think is fine as a basic hydrating serum, but it's not outstanding. It's a basic hyaluronic acid serum, and it's fine for that. But like, people go crazy over the Torrid serum. It's #1 on all apps, beauty apps in Korea, and it's just like, eh. And I think I feel slightly the same about this serum. That it's like, it's eh. It's okay. It's okay. I do appreciate the skin softening because it's very noticeable. And I do think it's hydrating. I think it could be a little bit more hydrating. And I don't think any of the added ingredients, I don't really think they do much when it comes to fermented extracts. I think the Numbers In #3 serum is much, much better. And in general, I actually think I could compare it to the Numbers In #3, the Bodle serum. That is much better, much, much better. And I reach for it much more. But I don't dislike it. It's like a solid fine. Like, it's a fine product. But I don't quite get the hype, you know? And then next up, I have a moisturizer that I have been loving. And it was a bit of a surprise for me because, in all truth, just like the 9 Wishes serum, I mostly bought it because of the hype. And because it was cheap. It was another value pack on Olive Young. And it was one of those products where I thought, it's funny because I have a whole list of products where I always think I should try those and I need to review them because everyone talks and raves about them. And people kind of expect me to review them, but I'm maybe not that interested in them. And I am talking about the Laneige Waterbank Blue Hyaluronic Cream, which comes in this very fancy cube. They revamped the entire Blue Waterbank, no, what's it called? Blue Hyaluronic Waterbank skincare line, which used to be super famous, one of the best sellers from Laneige for a while now. Also comes with this fancy spatula. I really like the packaging. I have to say, this serum looks even better. I'm really kicking myself because they had this serum on special for a really long time at Olive Young in a super good value pack for like under $30. And I kept kind of thinking, should I order it? Should I order it? And then I didn't. And then they raised the price and now it's like $40. And now I'm thinking, that's a bit much for just a hyaluronic acid serum. But the packaging is so appealing. This would be almost a product to just buy. Just buy for the look. It's a little bit silly, but like every time I see it on Olive Young, I'm like, I still want it. But I'm gonna wait. Maybe they're gonna drop the price again or I get another 1+1 deal or something like that. So for now, I'm just gonna stick to the cream. And as I said, I actually mostly ordered this because I know a lot of people are raving about it. A lot of influencers, I think, are now working with Laneige, it seems, because suddenly everyone talks about them. It's always like this wave. I notice it more on TikTok. Whenever something suddenly seems to go viral, like the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen, it was already super popular outside of TikTok, but no one on TikTok knew it until a couple of influencers suddenly, quote unquote, discovered it. And now it's like the only sunscreen that TikTok seems to know. And every time that happens, I always go, is this organic or is this a marketing campaign? You never know. But anyway, back to back to Laneige. I really just wasn't sure if a hyaluronic acid cream would excite me or interest me. So I really just bought it mostly for the hype and to be part of the hype. Because again, I feel that with a lot of those super viral Korean skincare products that everyone is talking about, the mainstream ones, I sometimes feel an obligation to once in a while talk about them as well, instead of just always talking about more obscure products. I want to be part of the mainstream sometimes. But I kind of approached the cream expecting to find it kind of okay. Like the 9 Wishes serum. I kind of expected the same reaction. But here's the thing. This is really good. This is actually a really good cream. And I've been using it a lot, especially as a daytime moisturizer. It's not quite nourishing enough for me at the moment in winter to be used at nighttime, but for daytime, it is chef's kiss, especially on days when I wear makeup, because this works so well on the makeup. Now, here's the thing. This is the full-sized actual product, right, in this beautiful cube. And actually, it's still sealed. I have not actually used this because I have been using the freebie in this value pack, which is this tube form, which is the exact same amount of product. So 45 milliliters. This is also 45 milliliters. So I got an extra full size basically, but in a tube. And in all truth, I kind of wish they would sell it in this form because it's so much more convenient than the very beautiful but not as practical cube form. So this I haven't actually touched yet, and I'm kind of keeping it for the time when I maybe review this and need aesthetic pictures because it looks great in pictures. But for everyday use, this is a lot more convenient. So I've been using this, and I think I'm almost halfway through because I've been using it a lot. And the reason why I love it so much is predominantly because of its texture. It really just has a very smooth, gel-like, but not quite gel texture. It is a cream texture, but it feels as lightweight and as comfortable and slightly cooling as a gel would. And so for my combo skin, for my mature combo skin, this really has the ideal texture that I prefer. It's also not greasy. It doesn't have too many oils and butters, but it does still feel very, very moisturizing. I never feel that I don't get enough moisture from the cream. It does contain, of course, hyaluronic acid. That's its key ingredient. And this is as I said, the revamped version. So everything was renewed, not just the packaging, but also the formula. And Laneige is a Amore Pacific brand. Amore Pacific always does have a lot of innovation, and they tend to revamp and renew their brand formulas quite regularly. Misha does this as well. It's just something that the big corporations tend to do with their products in Korea. I think it's the same in the West, to be honest. You often get just renewed formulas. The new gimmicky, slightly gimmicky thing about the cream is the so-called blue hyaluronic acid complex. So they are kind of selling it. Okay, I really tried to understand this, but I wasn't sure. But they're selling it as kind of super hyaluronic acid. From how I see it, it doesn't really seem to be special hyaluronic acid. It just seems to be enriched with probiotics. That's a more Pacific thing. And it seems to be just different forms of hyaluronic acid. So probably high quality hyaluronic acid, multiple types of hyaluronic acid, but I don't think it's like a special form of hyaluronic acid. It does also contain a little bit of fragrance, which might bother some people. I can't say if that would trigger your sensitivities. You need to know that for yourself. For me, fragrance is actually not an issue unless it's like super intense or a lot of essential oils. This is not essential oil based fragrance. It seems to be quote unquote artificial fragrance, which actually most people tolerate better than natural fragrance. But just wanted to forewarn you that it does have a bit of a scent. It's also a bit of an old-fashioned scent, I find, that flowery, strange cream scent that a lot of large name brands seem to use. So that would be the only negative for the cream. Otherwise, the formula, gorgeous, very smooth, really hydrating, really smoothing, really plumping as well. I noticed that when I use it. As I said, perfect for under makeup. I would say if you only use a hydrating primer that doesn't need any extra glow or anything, if hydration is the thing you need before you use your foundation, this can almost replace a primer because it really seems to have been formulated with makeup in mind. The foundation just kind of glides onto skin afterwards because this just creates a very smooth, even canvas. It's gorgeous. It really surprised me. I didn't think I would love this, but it is one of my favorite moisturizer discoveries of the past weeks. It's truly wonderful. And then we've got a makeup item as well. Why do I say we? The royal we. I have tried a new foundation, cushion foundation. I believe that just came out. It's still pretty new from what I can tell. And I kind of just got intrigued when I saw it and ordered it with one of my Olive Young orders because I had a feeling it's going to be very popular. First of all, it is pink. The packaging is pink and that it attracts not just me, but a lot of people. And it is a new CLIO foundation. It's the CLIO Kill Cover Mesh Glow Cushion. Not vegan, so going against the trend here. At least it's not marked as vegan. And this is one of those mesh, I'm going to show it to you in a close-up as well, one of those mesh cushions where you kind of squeeze out the foundation through that very light mesh material. I ordered a shade darker than I usually have because, as I've said, especially on Instagram a couple of times now, for some reason, I don't seem to be a 21 anymore. I was a 21 or a shade 2 in Korean makeup my entire life. So for many, many years now, I've always gone with 21 or shade 2, and it's always been pretty much perfect. Oh, sorry, I had to break this off abruptly because I got a really huge coughing fit from all the dust here. I have a dust allergy. So I'm not quite sure where I ended up, what I ended up saying in the previous video. But I think I was talking about the shade range. Sorry if this is jarring. Anyway, so I got a 3. I think that's where I left off. I got a 3, whereas usually I'm a 2. But yeah, again, the shade range has gotten weird. I think it really is because the makeup in Korea now has to be lighter and lighter because that almost whiteness. I know this is a bit of a triggering topic, and I always say I'm not the one that should talk about colorism in Asia, and a person from the country should do that, I think. But yeah, the almost white sort of canvas is the ideal, at least at the moment, in makeup in Korea. So I sometimes think maybe they also really are lighter. I don't know, but anyway, long story short, I got the number 3. And it fits perfectly. That was a good choice. I was very glad because I was a bit worried it might be too dark or too yellow because I have a pink undertone, but it's perfect. It is a little bit more yellow than what I usually get, but it actually works for my skin. I really like this, and I like this a lot. And I might even like it more than the Peri Pera cushion. I don't like it more than my age 20s cushion, which is still my number 1. My baby, my beloved, that just is unreachable. I'm wearing it again today. But this, at the moment, comes, I would say, as a close second. It gives a glow, not as strong of a glow as the Peri Pera. So if you're looking for glow, I would go with the Peri Pera Glow Cushion. The Peri Pera just is very white and very starkly ghostly, I find. I got the shade 21 or 2. I don't remember how they count the shades, but the second shade for Peri Pera, and I'm thinking I should have also gotten one darker. So maybe it's that, but in general, I find it makes me a little bit chalky, whereas this does not. This looks a little bit smoother on the skin as well, I find, but it does not give as much glow, even though it is a glow cushion. I find this more of a subtle glow. So I wish it was a little bit shinier almost, but otherwise, this is really a nice everyday cushion, I find. It has good coverage, I would say medium coverage, not super intense like some of the other CLIO cushions, but I prefer this. I feel once you hit 40, the full coverage tends to make you look flat. And this still helps your skin to shine through in a very healthy way that I think is more flattering for mature skin. So for me, this is a hit. I really like it. I would say consider ordering it a shade up. And of course, as with all Korean products, the shade range is non-existent. So only works for us beige skin to pale people. I'm very sorry about that. But if you're looking for glow, but not super shimmery, shiny glow, just a subtle dewiness, this is a really great one. Medium coverage, very seamlessly blendable, and yeah, it's beautiful, a very pleasant new foundation. This last product that I want to talk about almost inspired this entire video because, to be honest, I was just looking for an excuse to sneak this in and talk about it, and nothing sort of topically really fit. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to talk about a few new things that I've been loving, and it's fine. I'm sure they still hopefully find it interesting, but this is the product that I really wanted to talk about because it is so incredible. And I, again, didn't think it would be as incredible as it is. I almost ordered it as a bit of a joke. I had some bonus points left last year from Olive Young that were about to expire, so I thought, I don't really need anything, but you know, I'm just going to get a few things that might be interesting. And I kind of purposefully got a few things I usually wouldn't get. I think that's also when I got the Laneige. So, you know, just kind of stuff where I thought, this is trending, I'm going to try it. I don't expect much from it, but it could be fun. This has transformed my life. Just slightly exaggerating, but it's so amazing. And I'm talking about this amazing thing, which is the Fillimilli eyelash. What's it called? Heated eyelash curler, I think. I forgot to look it up, and of course it's not on the thing, but I think it's just called heated eyelash curler. This is basically like a curling iron for your lashes. It is so amazing because it really, really works. The curl that it gives on the lashes is out of this world. I was a little bit scared of using it at first because yes, it really does heat up quite a bit. It's got this little button here. Wait. Here, you get a light here to show you that it's on. It comes with the batteries, but you can also very easily change those out once they run out. I've been using this so much, but the batteries never seem to run out. This little plastic ring here starts to change color, and that's how you know that it's heated up. It gets almost white. It's usually pink. And then, you know, you can just use it like this. Yes, it gets quite hot, not to the point where it's burning or you have to be super scared of it. But you have to, the first time you use it, you have to maybe be a little bit careful. You don't want it, of course, too close to your eye. But I was really nervous about it, and I think I kind of was a little bit over dramatic. So now I kind of use it without even thinking about it, because the thing is, you can feel the heat on your eye, and that kind of warns you not to get closer. So you kind of almost automatically and instinctually don't get too close. As long as you're not completely distracted, I would focus a little bit when you use it for the first times. But afterwards, it becomes like, just like a muscle memory to know how far you can get close to the eye. Then you kind of just push it up, obviously, right? Like any other lash curler. But because of the heat, it really just gives this lasting curl. First of all, it curls the lashes up far more than any other eyelash curler I've ever used. All of the fancy ones that you can get, what's the one that everyone wants? I think it's a Dior one that is trending at the moment, the Shu Uemura. This one is so much better because it really just grabs the lashes in such a perfect way and gives the perfect curl, even without the heat. But because of the added heat, the curl then also stays. Just as when you curl your hair, same happens with the lashes. The heat kind of seals it in, and thus the curl is really dramatic. So if you've always struggled to really get the eyelashes up properly and for them to stay up even after applying mascara, this is your new best friend. It's usually around $20. To me, this is like the best investment you can make. I have to say I don't use this every day, so I don't know if it's okay for daily use. As with all heating tools, I'm assuming it's the same with the lashes, that if you do it too much, it might damage the lashes. I use it maybe like twice a week for special occasions, like for the videos, for instance. I always use this. I've never had any lashes break off or anything. It's never seemed to have damaged my lashes. My lashes are still super fine. But I would say maybe don't use it daily. Maybe just use it for special occasions or when you want your lashes to look extremely dramatic, just to be on the safe side, you know. But overall, I can't say that I ever had any damage issues from this. And as I said, I'm so obsessed with this. This is the most amazing thing I've ever bought in terms of makeup tools. It's so smartly done. And that was it for today. Some new findings, some new things in my stash that I have really been loving and enjoying and wanted to share with you. Let me know if you need any more in-depth reviews on any of the products. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments. And if you have any topic suggestions for videos, I always have so much planned and then I never know. I'm sometimes overwhelmed by all the things I want to talk about. But this just seemed like a fun little topic in between. And I hope maybe you found some new things to explore. That eyelash curler, guys, it's so good. I cannot say it often enough. I hope to see you again next week for a new video. And if you haven't yet, it would be fantastic if you subscribe to my channel. I'm still so stoked that I passed the 500 subscription barrier. That still just blows my mind. And it's always good to leave a thumbs up if you want to support this channel. And yeah, I see you again next week, which is my birthday week actually. So I'll see you then. And until then, please take care. Bye.